Hey guys, welcome back to the Calibrate Tools DIY channel. Is your grass dead or alive? Hey, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like the content. See you right after this. All right, you stepped outside and you looked at your lawn and you said, what's going on? That grass looks dead. What am I gonna do? Well, don't panic. The grass might be dead or it may not be dead. How can you tell? Well, there's something called the tug test. You simply go over to the grass, take your hand and you tug on the grass. If it comes out easy like that, then most likely it's dead. But if you tug on a portion of the grass and it doesn't come out so easily, that means it's dormant. You see, the roots of dead vegetation don't really grip the soil anymore versus live vegetation that still has a grip on the soil. So that's how you can tell. So if your grass is dead, you're gonna have to resod the grass, meaning that you're gonna have to take out the old grass, the old turf, and replace it with brand new turf, brand new sod. So make sure that your grass is actually dead before you spend all that money resodding your grass. Now, believe it or not, they have different types of grass. They have cool season grass and then they have warm season grass. Now, cool season grass, they tend to go dormant when it gets a little hot. You know, when the heat ramps up, cool season grass may look brown like this, but it just went dormant. Some examples of cool season grass is Kentucky bluegrass, perennial ryegrass, tall fescue, catgrass, and some other types. Now, warm season grass will go dormant in the winter. It's just the opposite. So with both types of grass, the temperature determines when they'll turn green again. So if you want your lawn to stay green all year round, you may want to mix the two types of grasses together, cool and warm. Then you won't have to worry about if your grass is dead or not. Okay, so some types of warm season grass is Bermuda grass, carpet grass, switchgrass, St. Augustine grass. And the best low maintenance warm season grass is centipede grass because it has the slowest growth rate of all the common warm season lawn grasses, along with the fact that it doesn't require a lot of fertilizer. Now, temperature conditions, weather conditions or not, nothing beats a good watering schedule. So what is your watering schedule? It's recommended that you water your grass about 3 days a week in the spring and summer, and in the fall about 2 days a week. Now that's under normal water supply conditions, because you may have some ordinances in your state or your city that restrict you from watering your grass, washing your car, and things like that. Okay, so given that you have an adequate water supply, you may want to apply some kind of product to stimulate the growth of your lawn or grass. Weed and Feed is one of those products. It's a combination of weed killer and fertilizer. And no, they're not paying me for this, just showing you guys what's out there in the market. But how are you gonna apply it to your grass? All right, so I got 3 different types of seed spreaders right here, okay? This is a bigger one, the biggest one obviously. Then you have a battery operated one, and then you have a manually operated one that's of a smaller size as well. All a seed spreader does is just that, spread the seeds in an even fashion across your lawn or wherever you want to spread the seeds. Now, all of these spreaders have a spreader setting dial on them. You see this one on the battery operated one. You have one right here on the manually operated one, and you got one right here on the biggest one. The seed spreader setting dial basically controls the rate at which the material is applied to the lawn. So for example, if you're going to be applying some Weed and Feed, you're going to want to turn the dial to 4. But if you want to apply another type of lawn food product, it may tell you to turn the setting to 3 3/4. Or let's say you want to use some grass seed on some tall fescue grass, then you'll turn it to 7. So for this battery operated one, you'll pull this trigger here and the seeds will come out of this area right here. When you're filling your spreader, you want to fill it over a driveway or some kind of pavement where it's easier to clean it up if it spills. Now, the best time to apply something like this Weed and Feed is about 1 or 2 days after you mow the lawn. And you get the best results when the lawn is moist, because the weed killing granules are able to stick to the weeds better when the lawn is moist and start to activate its weed killing ingredients. And if there's an expectation of rain in about 24 hours, you don't want to apply this stuff. Putting it down on a windy day is not good for obvious reasons either. Also, you don't want to water your lawn after you put the weed and feed down. You got to give it a couple of days for the lawn to absorb the ingredients. If it's too hot out there, like 90 degrees and above, you also want to avoid putting down the weed and feed. But 1 or 2 days after you put it down, then you should water your grass or lawn thoroughly. All right, so what's the spreader setting for that weed and feed? What do we set our dial at? On the back of the bag, it tells us to look at the spreader settings, but it also says, see original spreader label. I just went ahead and called the number to the company to find out what the spreader setting is for this particular product here. And they told me it was 4.5. So I'm gonna turn it to 4.5. Okay, on this particular spreader, you wanna squeeze this trigger here, right here, and that will open up the chute for the seed to come out, and you just walk briskly. And then when it's time to turn around and make your next pass going back, you want to make that 5 feet away from your previous pass. And when you're getting ready to turn, always release your trigger first. 4, 5, and then head back. All right, so this is our battery operated spreader. We're gonna pour some product in here. And if you ran out of batteries, we have our manual spreader. Make sure you dial in your settings. You just want to squeeze the trigger just like you did with the battery operated one right here, and then you turn this lever right here. It even has an armrest. There you go. I hope you learned something about your lawn, your grass, how to take care of it. Maybe it looks dead, but it's really alive. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, share it with everybody you know. Check out those links in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.